introduce yourself to the camera, share your name, your current role and where you work?
So my name's Ethan, I'm just turned 22. I work as an insurance advisor at Howden Insurance in Shrewsbury.
My name's Maddie, I'm a trainee insurance advisor and I work at Howden.
I'm Hannah, I'm branch admin and I work at Howden Insurance.
How did you first learn about the apprenticeship opportunity?
Yeah, so I was just scrolling through the government website. I always knew that I was looking for an apprenticeship. I saw this one and it really spiked my interest.
What inspired you to pursue an apprenticeship as a career path?
I think apprenticeships always, stood out to me because, I think I wanted to work in, more of a professional environment, and so, going to university and then you're not guaranteed a job at the end of university. Whereas the apprenticeship was a foot into the door into a big company, doing the kind of job that I want to do, and then also you get paid to learn rather than going to university and paying to learn. So you get working straight away, and it puts you above everyone else your age who, when they come out of university, you've already been working for a few years but saved up some money, whereas they're fresh into a job.
What qualifications or professional recognition will you receive upon completing your apprenticeship?
I got my level 3 business admin qualification. It sort of got me into the role of doing branch admin, and now I'm doing another apprenticeship to do my AAT for accountancy.
What potential career paths or opportunities does your apprenticeship open for you in the future?
So anything kind of within business. I mean, through my role, I've kind of mainly focused on sales. So I think my plan is to kind of stay here or stay in a similar role.
How have you balanced your work responsibilities and your studies during the apprenticeship?
I think it mainly comes down to managing your time effectively. What is more important and prioritising that. And here at Howden we also have a system where it's technically like a calendar and it's our diaries, and you put on diaries for each day, and that definitely helps because it's all in order, you've got all of the notes and you can complete that, and that's all needs to be done by today. And I also think it's communication really, it's good to communicate with your mentor, SBC training, or your colleagues or managers to tell them that you're just completing work at the moment, and you need time to do that, and if you need help or assistance then don't be afraid to reach out.
What advice would you give to someone who's considering starting an apprenticeship?
I'd say it's well worth doing. Now that I've done one, I would say it's such a good route to go down because you learn something and you get a qualification with it. And I'd say especially if you're wanting to go into something more specific, it sort of gives you that opportunity to learn that.
What's been the most rewarding or memorable experience during your apprenticeship?
I'd say so far definitely putting my first car on cover. It was a really nice experience, everyone was really supportive, and then it was really exciting when I actually put them on cover. Everyone was really happy for me and I feel like that was really nice.
How would you describe your experience with SBC trainers?
Really good. Alex is just incredible and she's so easy to talk to, so it's easy to reach out if you do need help.
SBC have been really good. So we had Alex, who she'd come and visit us in work, which is good. We didn't have to travel there. Then also we did workshops, and that really helped then when it came to doing the endpoint assessment, because we'd covered it all in there, and it's good to meet other apprentices as well doing the same qualification as you.
I'd say it's a really positive experience. Everyone's been really nice and supportive, and I'd say the environment is very welcoming.
What have you been able to accomplish or achieve through your apprenticeship so far?
Yeah, so when I finished my apprenticeship I got a distinction in business administration level 3, which is equivalent to A levels, and then I've also then as a person, so when I first started here kind of 18 months ago, I was probably quite timid. I'd never worked in an environment like this before, but then obviously over time, I've got to meet people that I've never met before, going to SBC, speaking to lots of different people from different backgrounds, and also speaking on the phone all day to people from the northernest part of Scotland, the people down in the south, all over the place. It's just really built up my confidence and my interpersonal skills as well, which then helps me as well outside of work and skill for life.
What opportunities have been offered to you since completing your apprenticeship?
Going into the finance team. From doing that, that's what I wanted to do, and it gave me the chance to go down that route.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't covered?
I'd like to say thank you to all the staff at SBC, for helping get me through the apprenticeship. My trainer Alex was really supportive throughout the whole process. If there's anything we needed, we could give her an email or a phone call. She'd come and visit us at work, and also the workshops were, like I said, they were great for getting to meet the other apprentices. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing an apprenticeship, and if you can, do it for SBC.
No, I think it's given me a lot more confidence. It's sort of coming into a big company. When I first started, it's really daunting. Sort of walking into a place where you don't know anyone and they're all a lot older than you. It's given me a lot of confidence from learning a skill, or the job in general.
So before I started my apprenticeship, I was very confused about what I wanted to do as my future career. Everyone always knew what they wanted to do, however I never did. So for example, my sister, she wanted to be a pharmacist, and she always was clear, rather I didn't. I started this apprenticeship and I think it brought so many opportunities and benefits that I didn't actually know there was. I just thought there'd be a qualification, but you also get real life experience. I'm better at problem solving. I feel like it's built my confidence, and it's built me up to go into the real world, which is really good.
Please introduce yourself to the camera, share your name, your current role and where you work.
Hello, my name's Ellie Cole. I am the branch manager of Howden Insurance in Shrewsbury.
What motivated you to first investigate apprenticeships as an option for growing your team?
So initially it wasn't something that we'd ever considered, but then Chris had a connection with SBC, so we did a recruitment day looking to take on just the one apprentice, and actually we were that impressed by the people that were there. We took on two, who were Ethan and Hannah, and they've been excellent. They've blended with the team really, really well, and then when they came to the end of their apprenticeship, we knew then we wanted to take on another apprentice, so that's when we got Maddie.
How did you find SBC's free recruitment process?
So it was Chris who had a connection via a local networking group, and that's how we got in contact with SBC and found out about the process.
What opportunities does your organisation offer to apprentices following achievement of their apprenticeship?
The opportunities are kind of endless, which is a bit of a rubbish answer for me to give, but with Howden, we are in 55 countries. We've got 19,000 people that work for us, so you can kind of go down the linear route that traditional sort of A plan used to be, where you become a salesperson, assistant branch manager, divisional director, and you can go through that route. But Hannah, for example, she wants to go and work in finance, so she's taken on an additional apprenticeship in accountancy. Ethan's very keen on sales, so he's going and doing that route. So really, we can kind of move to any area of the business. Once they've done their apprenticeship, we get them CI qualified, and then they can go wherever they fancy.
What advice would you give to an employer who's considering hiring an apprentice?
I think it's a great opportunity. We were kind of not concerned, but obviously apprentices are generally young and they are less experienced in life than normal people that we would generally take on, but actually the people that we've had, they've been really professional, really diligent, so I think it's a great opportunity and you can kind of mould them to be whatever you want them to be then.
What impact have the apprentices had on your organisation?
They've been really helpful. A lot of what we do is administration based. There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of finance that goes into things. So having somebody on a business admin apprentice that can be responsible for those things and wants to be, because often they're the bits that the other bit of the team don't want to do, it's been excellent to have somebody that really embraces that role in the team.
How would you describe your experience with SBC training?
SBC has been great. Dave's referred over some pretty great candidates to us. It's always been contactable whenever I need to speak to him. The apprenticeship's really good, the assisted learning, the days in SBC. It's been really, really useful tool to have.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't covered?
I think just about how much of an impact this has had on us as a business, and how much our mindset's really changed from when we were originally looking at apprentices. If you think years ago, apprenticeships are very different to what they do look like now, and I would encourage anybody that's looking to take on somebody new in their business to consider the option of an apprenticeship.